to the Cherry Purls podcast. This is episode 43. I always have trouble with that. But we are a knitting and spinning podcast coming to you from right outside New Orleans, Louisiana. So I'm Robin.
I'm Mary.
You can find me on the interweb as Teeny Button. That's on Instagram and Ravelry. I'm not really active on Facebook or Twitter or anything, but I do have an Etsy shop, which is Teeny Button Studio, where I sell hand-dyed yarn.
And I am Mary. I am Snippin' Full on Ravelry, and on Instagram, I am My Angry Orange Cat.
And we have a podcast group, as usual. It is Cherry Purls Podcast, and it's on the screen, and it'll also be linked in the show notes in the
down bar. Drop bar?
Thank you, the down bar. And that is where you can find our show notes, as well as our chatter thread and finished objects thread for our current knit-along. So, would you like to take it away?
Sure. We are currently hosting a Crew of Yarniest Cal, and we would love everyone to participate. In order to join in on the Cal, you need to knit, spin, or crochet something that is using the colors purple, green, or gold. The size of the project doesn't really matter, but there is a minimum of a small project that if it's your spinning, it needs to be at least 0.7 ounces or 20 grams worth of fiber. If you are knitting or crocheting, it needs to be a completed project. So a single sock or a blanket square would not count, but after that, it doesn't matter what size of the project it is.
Yeah.
The Cal started on January 6th, which was the beginning of the Mardi Gras season, and will end on Mardi Gras Day, which is February 28th. We have a chatter thread and a finished objects thread, and we'll be drawing for prizes in both. So come on over and join us in the Cal. Come on over for chatter, and we'd love to see your finished objects.
Yeah. So, did you say whips count?
Yes, I'm sorry. Whips do count, and please feel free to double dip in any other Cal that your project may qualify for.
Yeah. We do have some prizes for that. We're not going to show them quite yet. We'll probably show them once we get a couple more, and we have some people who've said that they're going to be sending them soon. So, yeah, that's it for the knit along. And you don't have to knit with all three colors. We've had a couple of people think you have to knit with all three colors. Just one. And it doesn't have to be like the entire project in one color. It can be just a couple of stitches of purple, green.
I mean, as long as we can see purple, green, or gold in the project in the finished objects thread, it will count.
Yeah, we want a lot of people to be able to join and a lot of people to be able to have fun and not worry about, does this count? Does this count? So
what makes me happy is a lot of people have said that this Cal has, got them to finish some whips that they had.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a really cute sock monkey that
the
was
sock
done.
monkey is so cute.
And, she said that the Cal gave her the idea of making, a Mardi Gras monkey, and it's adorable. So, we hope to see you all over there.
Yeah, I think we have, I'm double checking on my phone right now, which is what I'm looking down. I want to say we have over 50 finished objects so far. Let me double check that.
I mean, every single one is fantastic.
There's 61 posts in the FO thread. So.
I love seeing them all.
Yeah, and someone asked if there's a limit or a minimum. If you knit a project, you can as many projects as you make. That's how many times you can enter.
Yeah, no minimum or maximum number. So you can put in as many as will qualify.
Yeah. So that's it for our knit along. Again, links are down below if you want to participate. And we have some exciting announcements for you today. Let's do the one that's closer. We will be attending DFW, which is the Dallas Fort Worth Yarn Festival. Is it the Fiber Festival or Yarn Festival?
Fiber Festival.
DFW Fiber Festival. That is in the middle of April.
Yeah, the dates are, I have it written on
here.
The dates are
April 7th through the 9th.
And this will be our second time attending.
Yes. So last year there was a podcaster meetup. I believe there will be one again this year, but I'm not 100% sure.
It's not posted, but I would assume so.
Yeah. And it was super fun. They have a stitch marker swap, and there's a ton of good vendors there. I think they did release the vendor list, right?
Yes, the vendor list is up, and, wait. Yeah, the vendor list is definitely up. The class list is up.
We will be taking a class together. We'll be taking The Fixes In with Stephanie Pearl McPhee, who is the Yarn Harlot.
I'm excited.
And we are really, really freaking excited. And actually, I think the class is full. So, unfortunately, you can't you can't get in it anymore because I think the max was like 20 students or
Well,
something.
they do have a wait list, and you can always hope. I know last year I was on a couple of wait lists. I didn't get off of them, but
Yeah.
I still have hope.
Yeah, they had Susan B. Anderson last year, and you were trying to get into one of her classes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but we are going to be in Stephanie Pearl McPhee's The Fix is In on Friday or Saturday? Saturday. So if you are in our class by chance, that's cool. We'll be classmates. But if you want to go to DFW, it's a fantastic fiber festival. I say that like I've been to a ton, but it was really nice. There's a ton of people, and it's really well organized. So if you have a chance, again, this is 7th through the 9th of April, and we'll be there. So if you see us, come and say hi.
There have been some people who've been to lots of Fiber Fests and still say this one's a really good one. So even though we don't have a lot to compare it to, we have heard from people that it is a good one.
Yeah. And I think we're gonna go into the yarn purchasing with a plan.
Definitely.
So I think last year I went a little crazy.
I went a lot crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna plan better this time. Well, that was the only fiber festival we'd been to before that one was the Magnolia State one, which is kind of small.
Well, yeah, and then they don't have it anymore.
Yeah. So we it was kind of like our eyes were bigger than our wallets, I guess.
Well, you definitely had to use some restraints.
Yeah.
I mean, the visa was warm. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But I did some reorganizing of my stash last week, and I saw that I realized that I had a lot more than I thought I did, and so yeah, I definitely are going to be. My purchases will definitely be planned.
So, so the second announcement is one that I am personally extremely excited about, and I'm sure you are too.
I am.
I will be vending, and both of us will be attending the Into the Wool Fiber Retreat. I think it's just Into the Wool Retreat.
Yeah, Into the Wool Retreat.
Yeah, that is held in Crossville, Tennessee, which I think she said is an hour outside of Nashville. Does that sound right?
Sure.
Something like that. Good.
I'm not sure exactly where it is.
We'll have the podcast
it's in Tennessee.
group
Let's
link.
go with that.
Yeah, we'll have the podcast group link so you can check it out. But that is going to be in September 21st to the 24th. And like I said, I will be vending. It will be my first vending experience in person, so I am super duper excited. It's a really reasonably priced retreat because I've looked at some of them, especially the one in Disney World, and those are a little out of my price range. But
anything in Disney World
for a good reason.
Expensive.
But I think it's very reasonably priced, and it's kind of right in the middle of the country, so people are coming. There's like a lady from Maryland and a lady from Florida, so there's people coming from all around the country. It's not just Tennessee people. But I'm really, really excited.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's in the woods. Yeah, it's in a cabin.
Yeah.
So there's going to be hiking and all kinds of fun outdoorsy stuff. I'm going to bring my wheel and we can spin. So if you want to come and hang out with us, we're going to be there 21st to the 24th of September again. Sign-ups are open, and they do knit-alongs leading up to the retreat, and then the people with the most amount of points from the knit-alongs get prizes. And if you want to sign up and you want to get extra points, if you mention either of our names, again, Mary and Robin, for those who didn't catch it the first time, we both get, the person who you mentioned and yourself gets bonus points for the knit-along prizes. So that's cool beans. We'll have the... You want to link to the sign-up thread or the Ravelry thread?
I'll link to the Ravelry thread. Yeah, I will link to the Ravelry group because that way you can see who the vendors will be. You can get the information on the retreat. I know last year they had a couple of attendees who offered to do some little mini classes so you can see that there's information.
Oh, they have a yoga class too. Because whenever you fill out the form, you select what kind of yoga you want to take.
Yeah, so it sounds like a lot of fun. We have a friend who attended last year, and he said he had a great time.
Oh, Rick of Whimsy Stitches, he vended as well.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I think that's all for cutesy little announcements and stuff. You have some finished things to show?
Yes, I have 3 finished objects. Let me put this down.
I have 0.
Okay, start off with the one I was working on last week.
That's pretty.
This is an ear warmer that I am knitting for a friend's daughter. And this is where is it on the page?
Bankhead, monkey?
No, it's up here.
Oh, oops. Cabled ear warmer pattern by
Thank
Jessica
you.
Cates.
I can't find it on the page. Yeah, so this is just basically an ear warmer. knit in Knit Picks Swish Worsted and Garnet Heather. It matches the fingerless gloves that I showed last week. And so this finished object one. I have a second finished object. This is all for the same family. So I knit a pair of fingerless mitts and the ear warmers for the daughter. And for the mom, I knit a pair of fingerless mitts. These are the Valentine mitts by Robin Kenyon, and they're knitted in Knit Picks Swish Worsted in Holly Berry.
They look very similar to the other colors.
They do look similar. They're both really pretty red, but this is the fingerless mitt. It has a cable pattern. I modified the pattern a little bit. The original pattern has the cable basically completely all over the body of the fingerless mitt, and I really just wanted it on the back of the hand. I didn't really want it on the cuff, and I really didn't want it on the palm, just because I worried that, touching things, I didn't want it to get pulled just because it's a little more raised. So I have that. And then the last finished object that I have is just a basic hat. This is knit in, Loops and Threads and Impeccable in the color Royal. And this is just a basic hat. It was one of my car knitting things, so it's a hat for charity, and just another one to put in the stash. So finished object number 3 for the week.
Look at that.
That's it.
I have 0. That was really quick.
Well, yeah. I mean,
there's not much to talk about. I mean, did you use a pattern for the hat, or just like
no? The hat is just a basic. I cast on. I think I usually do like 80 stitches, and so it's and then I do ribbing for so many inches, and then I, increase, knit till I'm so far out, and then start decreases. I wanted to talk about this. The Valentine mitts. This is the second time I've done this pattern. It's a really nice pattern. If anybody's looking for just a really, nice looking pattern for fingerless mitts. What's nice about it is she's written the pattern to where there's a definite left and right. So whenever you're doing one side, the cables twist one way, and then they twist the opposite way on the other mitt. So I thought that was really, cute that she, made the effort to change the direction so they would, look like they're, is that a mirrored set.
Paid pattern or a free pattern?
No, it's a free pattern on Ravelry. Both of these were free patterns on Ravelry. Both of those.
Cool beans.
All right.
So I have some half objects. I have 2 half objects, which kind of equals a whole object, right?
Sure, we'll put them together.
So I need your knit blocker.
Okay.
The other one is in my room. I found it.
Oh, good. You found it. I'm glad to hear that.
Things go missing sometimes. But I have 2.
Pearl had it.
Pearl had it, yes. Pearl was using it. I have 2 finished single socks. They're not a pair, but that's sometimes the way it goes.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. So, okay,
I have loved these the whole time you've knit them.
These are the Louisiana Iris socks, and this is using yarn from the kit that I'm currently doing with Whimsy Stitches. And I'll talk more about the kit at the end if you're interested. Pre-order listings are still up, and they're going to be going out on Monday, or we're going to start shipping them out on Monday. And after that, they're going to be dyed to order, I believe. So this is the finished first sock.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you. It is on my Glimmer base. There's cat hair on it. My Glimmer base, which is a gold stellina. So I don't know if it's picking up on the stellina. I can't really tell.
It may show up in the cake when you hold the cake up.
Yeah, gold stellina. And again, the colorway is Louisiana Iris.
You want me to hold it? So here's the colorway. I mean, you can see the sparkle. I don't know if you can tell that it's gold or not, but when I move it, you can see the little sparkly lights.
Yeah. So I was gonna do a pattern sock, and I got maybe here, and I realized I'd screwed up like 6 times, so I just ripped it out and decided to just do vanilla.
It's a lovely enough yarn that you really don't. I mean, it's just so pretty on its own. You don't really need to add a pattern into it. I mean, I can't say enough about it.
Thank you. So I did this my normal sock formula. I cast on 24, I increased to 68, and then I just knit until I get to the heel. This is a Fish Lips Kiss heel. Ta-da! Fish Lips Kiss heel, which is almost the only heel I ever do. And then I knit the leg, and then I did a twisted 1x1 cuff, which
You were like, why did I choose this?
This sock wanted a twisted 1x1 cuff, and I wasn't going to argue with it, but I did gripe about it the whole time because
Yeah.
I hate twisted rib.
I'm feeling you.
But I like that I did it because I think it fits the aesthetic of the sock.
I think that's how it is always with twisted rib. You're hating it while you're doing it because it's so much slower than regular, but then after you're done, the finished project is so pretty. I mean, just it adds so much texture. It's just, I mean, it's a beautiful rib, but
not my favorite by any means.
It's just slower.
Yeah, so that's the colorway. It's obviously purple and green speckled, and I dyed up a ton of this week.
I mean, go out in the kits.
Yeah, I dyed like 40 skeins so far for the kits. So thank you to anyone who pre-ordered, and if you would like to pre-order, they are still available. And I'll show the bag it goes with and the little card it comes with in just a minute. So, and then you saw the cake. Should I go with my second?
Yeah, go with the second one.
Okay, so this one is in. Oh, I didn't mention that. The needles are 2.25 sock rockets by Addie, I think. And I'm actually taking a break on those socks because I wanted to use those needles for another pair of socks that I cast on this week. So I'm going to show that in a second. I'm going to get back to that sock at some point this month before Mardi Gras is over. But I have another half object, which I will show you now. If I can get all my stuff out. So this is my, what do I call this? My sparkly gingerbread socks, something like that. And if you are familiar with a lot of different hand dyers, you probably know who this yarn is by. This is Jinx yarn, of course, in her gingerbread house colorway, which is a Christmas colorway that I was lucky enough to snag on the last update of the year.
You waited a year to snag that.
I did. I was so nervous. I really wanted it. I really love these. I'm a little disappointed that they won't count for my box of socks, seeing as I knit almost the entirety of these in this year. I only did maybe this much last year, but it's, it's Kristen, I almost said Kirsten. It's Kristen of the Yarngasm podcast. It's her knit along, so she gets to make the rules.
Absolutely. Did she have that rule last year?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, so yeah, Jinx yarns, and then again Gingerbread House. This is her glitz sock. I'm not entirely sure. It's in the show notes. It's the one with Stellina.
Right
Glitz. It's in the show notes, and we have the show notes in front of us. Yeah, glitz sock. It's her Stellina base, and then the toe and the heel. This is my Tiffany box colorway. The toe and the cuff are Tiffany box, and the heel is my chicory colorway, which is reading a little bit darker than it actually is.
Yeah, I don't know why it's reading so
dark. It looks
dark.
almost black back here, but up here it's got some variation to it.
Yeah, it's a tonal for sure.
Yeah. So first sock, I'm really happy with it, and I really, really like the dark heel. I like the brown heel. And then someone had suggested, I can't remember who it was, someone on my Instagram had suggested that I flip the colors, like I invert them for the second sock, but I kind of like the blue heel and toe and cuff. So I have started the second sock. That is all I have done.
But it is started.
Yeah, my little super donut. But again, this is Tiffany box, and I'm a little worried about running out. But I'm almost done with the toe, and then all I have to do is the cuff. So maybe
I think you'll be okay. I think especially in fingering, even though it's small, there's a lot more there than you realize.
Yeah, and then this is the cake. I did separate the cake out into 2 different baby cakes. So that's what it looks like. I'm happy with them. I really am. I really enjoy knitting on them, but I'm really ready for them to be close to finished, to be honest. I'm a little frustrated with myself this month, and not that I have a reason to be, but I feel like I haven't finished a full pair of socks this month. I finished the little shorty socks.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I don't know if that counts as a box of socks.
Maybe this year you mean, because it's really the beginning of February.
Yes. What did I say?
This month.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe last month. I only finished the 2 little shorty socks in January. And usually I knit 2 to 3 pairs of socks a month.
Well,
no, I don't.
But you've been doing a lot.
I knit a pair or 2, not 2 or 3.
You've been dyeing an awful lot, and then you've been distracted by other yarns.
Yeah.
And
Well, I finished a lot of things, so maybe.
yeah, I think you're doing fine.
Yeah, I like to keep on top of it. I like to finish the socks in a timely manner. I don't like to have socks just sitting around. Like other projects can languish forever, but I like to finish socks.
I think you're doing okay.
How many whips do you have?
I have 2.
Would you like to do one?
Sure, I will do the one that I'm knitting on. This is a bankhead hat. I talked about the family I was knitting for. This is a hat for the husband. So this is a bankhead hat. Very popular pattern by Susie Gorley. And I am knitting it in Knit Picks, again, in Swish Worsted, and the colorway is Jade. There you can see it. And when you were talking about twisted 1x1 rib, this has 3 inches of it.
Oh, God.
And I was hating on it. But again, once you finish, doing it, I love the look.
Yeah.
So I was understanding completely what you were saying about that sock. It is a beautiful design element. I'm happy I did it, but I'm not happy when I'm doing it. So anyway, this will be finished this week. But yeah, I am working on a bankhead hat.
Look at that.
And I've almost finished the first skein. So
it takes 2?
Well, not 2 full ones, so 1 and a little bit of the next one. So yeah.
Okay, so I have 2 more whips actually. This needs to be in a project bag. I don't know why it's not. It's just kind of loose, and the cakes are getting all tangled up, and the cats are chewing on it, and it's bad.
Cats chewing on things.
Can you believe it? I know. So this
chewing on yarn. What?
She does that. She likes to sit on it. It's her thing. She likes to sit on the yarn as I'm knitting, and then she gets indignant, and she gives me this look whenever I try to pull the yarn out from underneath her.
No, Mama, no.
Yeah. This is my Bindi Arrow Shawl, which is a pattern by Charlotte Bory. And I put a good chunk into this past week. These needles are heavy. Could you help me hold it for a sec?
Absolutely.
Because it kind of flops back.
Yes.
Hold it.
Oh, this down here?
Yeah, so this is what I have so far. I think I was around here, or like maybe here last week. So I put a very good dent into it. That's probably why I haven't finished a whole lot of socks. But I love
how this is turning out.
I love it so much. It's amazing. And it was actually a podcast viewer who recommended this pattern to me. I had asked for 2 color shawl patterns, and she recommended the Bindi Arrow and another one, a Pirates something. But I saw this one, and I said, okay, I have to make this. So the yarn is Tosh Mo Light. It's by Madeline Tosh, and it is a 85-15 merino and mohair, I think. Really should know this, but it's in the show notes. We link to the yarn as well. This is, why is this so hard to hold? This is Scratched Record, and then this light gray with speckles is Cosmic Silver. So let's show the cakes. Yeah, Scratched Record and Cosmic Silver. So show the side of it. Yeah, there you go. Look at the colors.
That is gorgeous.
Yes, I love it so much, and it's so easy. It's obviously a paid for pattern, so I'm not going to give anything away, but it's very much, I don't have to have the pattern in front of me. Once you memorize the increase row.
Very intuitive.
Yeah. So you do, I think I'm more than halfway done with the stripe section, and then you do another solid section, and then you start doing short rows, and it turns the other way. So I'm really excited. This is the back, obviously. It looks like turds, but you know.
No, it doesn't.
It's a garter stitch is a lot more, the colors are a lot more mixed up. So the front obviously looks nicer. Maybe it doesn't look quite like turds. So I'm really happy with it. I love the color. I love the Cosmic Silver color so much. And the Scratch Record is nice too. It's got a nice variation.
I like the combination of those 2 yarns. I think that was a good choice.
Yeah. There are some people who do the Bindi Arrow with 3 colors. But I think I like it with 2. And I really need to find a project bag. I think this was in my Scrappy Thread project bag.
I think it was too.
Yeah, so I need to put it back in the project bag. Because the cakes are, because of the mohair, it's a little slippery. And so the cakes are kind of falling apart a little bit. But we'll find a home for it in a minute after we film, I think.
Yeah, let me just throw it over to the side.
Well, that way all the pieces get there at the same time and they're not,
Go with that.
Yeah, all right, cool. Get one?
Okay, yes, my second work in progress. I just started this last night. I have started my second rendition of a new fingerless mitt pattern that I have designed. So the first one turned out okay, but I made a couple of notes that I want to change up. So I just have this much on.
It's a little mustache.
The first mitt. But I am knitting this in some of Robin's yarn. It is a gorgeous colorway called Audubon Park, and it is in her paws base, which is a BFL base. And
it's high twist too, so it's going to really make your stitches pop.
So I really love the color. It's got a little different colors of green, and then like a kind of even a little darkish brownish color in there as well.
And some blue speckles too.
And some blue speckles. So it's a really pretty yarn, and I'm enjoying it.
Is this a twisted? No, it's just regular.
Just regular 2x2 rib.
Yeah. I think there is still a skein of this in the shop. It's not one I dye all the time.
Yeah.
But I like how it's knitting up.
Yeah, I do too. Y'all will see more of it next week. So yeah, I just started this last night.
What needles are these? They're really sharp.
They're the Chowgu lace.
Oh, that's why.
Size 1 or 2.25s. So I'm trying to basically the fingerless mitts that I'm designing. I'm trying to use the same sock needles that I use, for socks. And my train of thought for this is I have a lot of really beautiful sock yarns, especially striping ones. And I am not into socks as much as Rob is. And I want to see the beautiful yarn, so I want to put it on my hands. So that's kind of what my direction is on the fingerless mitts, and why I'm choosing the needle size I'm choosing, and why, I'm doing them in fingering. So.
I see what you're saying. Not that I'm going to host a debate here, but
no.
I see what you're saying, but from where I'm coming from is that it's only cold enough down here to wear mitts maybe 4 or 5 days out of the year.
Oh, absolutely.
Whereas socks, I'll wear socks every night whenever I go to bed. So I feel like I get more use out of the socks, even though they're on my feet. They're not somewhere I can see them easily.
Sure.
So that's just where I'm coming from personally.
Well, yeah.
But I understand what you're saying.
That's the joy of knitting, though, is everybody can find something that speaks to them. Mm-hmm. And this is how it's speaking to me, and I just wanted to say that was why I was going the direction that I was going.
I think it's a smart idea.
And why I use the size needles I use, because I could go up a needle size and all that. Yeah. But basically, it's just, I'm taking something that I love and just putting it on a different part of my body, using the same basic needles and yarn.
Yeah. The pattern is really pretty. I'm really excited to see it in that yarn.
Yeah. I really loved the way the first one came out.
Is that the one you're testing?
No, this is not the one I'm testing.
Okay, you want to talk about that now or in Lanya?
No, I'll talk about it in Lanya.
Okay, so my last finished object for the week is in my cute little sunshine and bubblegum project bag, and I just put this pin on it. Let's show off that pin. It is a Surfin' Pikachu on a Game Boy Color, and Larry and I got matching pins for Christmas. His is blue and mine is pink, because we're cute like that apparently. We're one of those people.
you both like your Pokemon.
Yeah. So this is my new cast on for this week. I was going to wait until I finished one of my other pairs of socks, and then I decided that life is too short to wait to finish a pair of socks till you cast on a new one.
Yeah, that yarn was calling your name, and you got tired of ignoring it, so you said, okay, I'm coming.
Well, and I wanted to do, I like to do seasonal socks. I think the Grocery Girls are doing a seasonal sock knit along. Is that something like that?
Well, it's not necessarily seasonal. It's a monthly thing. Yeah. So each month you can enter into the thread for doing knitting socks that month, and then
that reminds you of that month, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm doing some Valentine's Day socks with one of my Valentine's Day colorways. This is Patisserie Party.
That's such a pretty
color. And it's
color.
getting blown out a little bit.
Maybe hold it back a little bit.
It's a very, very light ballerina kind of pink, and it has purple, green, and mint speckles. It's the other cake. Maybe you get the idea. So I am actually, something happened with me this week where I think what it is I'm really, the whole not finishing a sock. And the shorty socks to me don't count, but I'm really frustrated.
Why don't they count?
I have no idea.
Because I only knit shorty socks.
In my mind, they don't count, and I'm not upset, but I really wish I'd finished a pair of socks last month. I feel like I'm falling behind. So
you need to give yourself permission to do that.
yeah, I don't know how my brain works, but I'm like, if I knit them 2 at a time, it'll go faster, which is not how it works. But I cast them on 2 at a time because that's what my brain was telling me to do.
Well, it's been a long time since you've tried it.
It's been a very long time. I don't hate it. I will occasionally knit socks 2 at a time. I know there's some people that just cannot do it because it takes so much longer to get around a row.
I just find it too fiddly.
It is fiddly, and I usually do single socks because I like how they're more portable. But I have another 2 pairs of socks to work on that are portable, so this will be my sitting at home socks.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So that's why I took the needles out. These are my Addy Turbo, Addy Sock Rockets, not Turbo, Sock Rockets. And again, the colorway is Patisserie Party, and the base is my Slick Sock, which is a MCN base. It's Merino Cashmere Nylon 80-10-10. And the pattern is actually a pattern by the Cozy Knitter, who is the dyer of all those beautiful self-striping yarns. It is called Be My Valentine. And you can't really tell yet because I've just finished the toes. But there is an X's and O's pattern cable on the side. So you can kind of tell. I just finished the first O. You can kind of see that.
Like right there.
But
you barely finished that one.
Yeah, and it's gonna obviously go up each side of the sock. And I really like the construction of these kind of socks where they're just vanilla with a cable coming up each side because they're mostly mindless, but there's a little bit of interest to them. So I'm really excited. I really want to finish these. I actually knit both of these, all of this since last night around 10 o'clock. I cast them on, and today it's like noon, and I haven't finished with the toes, and I'm working on the pattern. So that's pretty quick for me, and I'm pretty excited to get them done. I have a lot of socks I want to knit. I was kind of debating between these, the Be My Valentine pattern, and doing a pair of monkeys, because I love the monkey socks pattern.
You do.
So I think the monkeys are going to be next, but I'm not sure what yarn I'm going to use next. But, stay tuned to find out what I pick.
Yeah, I think you were wanting to match the yarn and the pattern this month. Yeah. Just because, you're doing a Valentine color and a Valentine pattern.
Yeah, it's not, you could knit it year-round, surely, but it's, Valentine's Day. I'm one of those people where I like Valentine's Day.
Excuse me.
I think it's cute, and I think it's fun. I don't feel the need to, get flowers and chocolate and go out to dinner, all that kind of stuff.
No, but you want that year-round.
Well, I think it's nice to... It's a good day to appreciate.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that you don't love your partner every other day of the year, but it's a nice day to appreciate. So.
Yeah, brings it back up to the forefront.
Yeah. So that's my Valentine socks, and they fit perfectly in my little Valentine bag. Yay. From Sunshine Bubblegum. This was part of a kit that we did, and the kits have sold out, and I don't think that Lynn has any of these in her shop right now, but I think if you ask her, she might have some fabric left over. I'm not sure. Lynn, correct me if I'm wrong. So, super cute. And my little Pikachu, he's surfing. Look at him go. So, that's all of our whips for this week, huh?
I know it's all of mine.
Yeah. So, next is Throw Me Something, Mister?
Yep.
So, again...
You're up again.
Again, I am up again because I have made some purchases this week.
And I will continue to knit.
That's you do that because that's otherwise you'd just be sitting here staring at me.
Well, I usually do that, but I don't always have a project that I can actually knit on while we're podcasting.
Yeah. So okay. This is a skein that I got from a D-Stash. I'm not going to say who it was just in case she doesn't want to be mentioned. But I have been wanting this colorway for a long time, and she hadn't been dyeing it. I don't know if it's a spring exclusive colorway or if it was exclusive for that month or what.
Or maybe retired?
Maybe. But this is from Lammy Toes.
And you love Lammy Toes.
I love Lammy Toes. This is actually only my second skein from her ever, but I love all of her colorways. And this colorway is Kitten's Choice, which is a fantastic name. Kitten's Choice. And the base is Moon Pie Merino, 7525 Superwash Merino and Nylon. It's 463 yards. And it says March 2016. So I don't know if it was exclusive for that month or that's when it was dyed. I'm not entirely sure. But it's so cute.
It is. It's pretty.
I love it so much. It looks like it's been reskeined maybe because the speckles aren't really close. I mean, I speckle yarn all the time and it doesn't quite look how I do it, so I'm wondering if it's been reskeined. But it's gorgeous. And this is the pair I was thinking about maybe doing monkey socks out of next.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to do 2 pink socks in a row. I might pick something else.
So what's going to win, the yarn or the pattern?
Pattern.
Stay tuned.
Well, and I want to make the monkey socks next for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then the pattern wins.
So I don't think it's going to be this yarn, but I think maybe someday this will be monkey socks.
What could be the other yarn?
Hmm?
Could be the other yarn.
What other yarn?
The other yarn you got this week.
Oh, yes, maybe. Yeah, so monkey socks, kitten's choice, which is the cutest name ever. So I'm going to reach, so excuse my reach here. Candace of the Pen Feathers and Purls podcast posted about this, and she also talked about it on her latest podcast. And I saw something that intrigued me, so I went to go look, and I ended up purchasing a skein. So this is from Valkyrie Fibers. There we go, Valkyrie Fibers. And it's run by Lauren, and I will link to her shop in the show notes. And she does some self-striping yarns that come in these.
I love when it's balled up
balls
like that.
this.
It is so fun.
So this may look familiar to some of you who are Welcome to Knitvale fans. This is one of her Welcome to Knitvale colorways, and it is Community Radio. It is on her matte sock base 75/25 merino and nylon, and I am in love with it. I love Welcome to Knitvale. I haven't listened to it in a long time. They do have a novel out right now, which kind of intrigues me. I kind of want to read it. And I know they were doing like touring shows for a while.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Welcome to Knitvale is a podcast. It's an audio podcast, and it is like a radio show hosted from some sort of post-apocalyptic town, and it's really funny. It's funny and it's very what's what I'm looking for?
Yeah.
It's very deep. It's very much very philosophical in some ways, but there's a lot of humor to it. So this is Community Radio from Valkyrie Fibers, and she sent along a stitch marker for me. So this pretty little stitch marker here. And she wrote me a nice little note on the back. And she also sent a mini skein to include in one of our giveaways and a progress keeper for the winner.
Very generous.
It was super sweet. So thank you, Lauren. This is the mini skein. And this is her Rainbow Trout colorway on her shimmer base, which is a stellina base. It looks silver, like a silver stellina. So I'm going to take the tag off for a second.
Pretty.
Yeah, this is Rainbow Trout, and she said that this will be dyed again in the spring or in the summer. Let me check. This colorway will be back in the summer. So yeah, so Rainbow Trout, which is gorgeous. Let me curl it up so you can see it better. Yeah, so this will be, we'll probably include this in one of our giveaways. It probably won't go out on its own.
Oh, no, it wouldn't.
Yeah, but it's so cute. I think it's a 20-gram mini. Yeah, 87 yards and 20 grams. Very cute. And then the stitch marker that goes with it. So thank you, Lauren.
Yes, that was so sweet.
Yeah, and then I got one more thing this week because
that's what you do.
Yeah, apparently all I do is buy yarn.
Nope.
And I thought I was being good this week. I did. I don't know why I thought that. But I saw this on Instagram, and I had to have it immediately. It's another one of those things where I had to have it. So for those who don't know, I am a huge Harry Potter. Jesus, I'm a huge.
You are.
I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I'm a even bigger Lord of the Rings fan, and The Hobbit especially is something that's really special to me because my dad read it to me when I was little. That was one of the stories he would read me before bed. So this is from Hey Holly Ho Hum, and it is her, I can't remember it's a Hobbit birthday sock set. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's a 100-gram skein and a 50-gram skein, and then a little pipe progress keeper, which is super cute.
Hobbits like their pipes.
They do. So Hey Holly Ho Hum, This color is 11 years.
So it's a reference to Bilbo.
Bilbo's birthday, yeah. And then this is Halfling's Leaf. I'm pretty sure. 11 years and yeah, Halfling's Leaf. So obviously this one is intended for heels, toes, and cuffs, which I will be doing. And then this one is the body of the sock, and I'm thinking a Hermione's Everyday or a blueberry waffle, something with some texture.
Mm-hmm.
And
you wouldn't do monkey in that?
No. I'm fighting the urge to cast this on. I've decided that I will save this for September because Bilbo and Frodo's birthday is September 22nd. They have the same birthday, but obviously not the same year. Because Bilbo is 11.
So it'll be a birthday cast on.
Yeah, well, not for me. It'll be for Larry's birthday. Larry's birthday's the 19th.
Well, it'll be for Bilbo's.
It'll be for Bilbo and Frodo's birthdays. So I love it so much. And hey, Holly Ho Hum, I don't know if you've ever ordered from her. If you've ever ordered from her, you know her packaging is, it's perfect. It's amazing. She packages in these sparkly mailers, and she wraps your yarn in sparkly paper. And there's always a tea and some little candies in a little sparkly cellophane bag, and the little sparkly ribbon. So I think her packaging is my favorite packaging of any yarn dye I've ever bought from before. She's like packaging goals. I try not to say hip lingo like that, but she's amazing. Her packaging is incredible. So if you have a chance, order from her. I do believe she has a couple of Lord of the Rings colorways still in her shop. I know she had a Mithrandir one, which is Gandalf, and a Elven one, but I can't remember the name of it. But A+, Holly, A+. This is beautiful. So gorgeous. So I'm super impressed. And I want to cast it on right now, but I can't. So, I mean, I can, but
maybe you need to hide it in the back of your stash
so it's
not looking at you.
Yeah, I have a basket of sock yarn on top of my my shelving unit. And so I think I'm going to stick it in the back, which is a shame because it's so pretty.
But
I can't.
If you can't resist, then you need to reduce temptation.
Yeah, it's too tempting. It's too beautiful. That's the problem, Holly. It's too beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It can be a problem.
Yeah. So that is all that I got this week. I say that like, I didn't hardly get anything, but everything I got, I love. It's one of those weeks where I always like everything I get. I wouldn't order it if I didn't like it, but
But sometimes something you just, if you have favorites, some things you love more than others.
Yeah.
There's degrees of love.
So we have Lanyap. Is Lanyap next?
Yep, Lanyap is next.
Okay. So would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
It doesn't matter. You me go?
You go.
Okay. As I've mentioned in previous podcasts, I've got some patterns that I'm designing. So the very first one is getting ready to go into the free test knitters group over on Ravelry. So if you're interested in maybe test knitting the fingerless mitts, head over there and sign up. It will be up by the time this podcast is up. It's not for the fingerless mitts that I'm knitting right now. It's for a previous pair.
Would you like to say the name so people can find it?
It'll be called Streetcar Mitts. It's the ones that I did that have the lines going up, which remind me of the streetcar tracks in New Orleans. What I am planning on doing is all of the patterns that I write will be based around New Orleans. So they'll all have New Orleans names or references. And so that is the first one that's going to be test knit, and if you're interested, head over to the group. The link will be in the show notes, and sign up if you're interested.
Now you're looking for 3 people?
Yeah, I need 3 testers, and they only need to knit 1 mitt because they're both exactly the same.
They're reversible.
Yeah, depending on which the 1 mitt fits on both hands.
Yeah. So that'll be linked. Are you doing it first come, first serve, or just?
I'm not really sure.
Okay.
I haven't really gone that far.
We haven't posted it yet either.
Yeah.
We're waiting for it to get the okay to post it.
Yeah. I've gone ahead and that particular Ravelry group has a testing lab where you can go ahead and post your test information in there, and they'll check it for what their guidelines are. And I've done that before. I've actually posted it in the thread, but I haven't heard back from them yet. So if they haven't responded back to me by the time this goes up, I'll go ahead and post over there. and then wait to see if they, have an issue with anything
Yeah.
I forgot to put in there.
That is a fantastic group, but they are a little strict about how you ask for testers. You have to fill out a certain form and then fill it out correctly, and then the testers have to report back, once a week or whatever. You have to keep up. You can't just disappear. So,
Yeah, well, the reason why I've chosen to do that group is because I don't have a pool of test knitters that, that I know well, and I know that they'll complete. I know that designers do have issues with people agreeing to test knit an item, and then they end up not completing the test knit or not giving the designer the information that they need for the pattern, either in terms of their opinion or finding any errors in the pattern or posting pictures or whatever. Whereas this group will assure that those things happen more so than others. So that's why I've chosen to go that route for now. I mean, I always go that route, but that's where I'm starting at this point.
I think it makes sense. I've used it before. I didn't have a problem.
Yeah, so. Yeah. This is the first pattern that I've actually written that's going to be a paid-for pattern. I do have some free patterns on Ravelry that I did years ago that, I knit them a bunch of times before I posted them. So, but I didn't worry about having them test knit just because I wasn't going to charge for them.
So, I have a podcast recommendation this week, and it's actually one that I think has been gaining some popularity. It is Stranded Podcast with Amy, who runs Stranded Dye Works. And I watched her recent episode, and I believe that the Grocery Girls mentioned her because she's had a huge jump in subscribers. But I've watched her for a while now, and I love her. I think she's delightful. She's really cheery. She lives in England. She lives in the UK. I think along the South Coast. But she's around my age, and I feel like, not that a lot of podcasters are that much older, but it's just nice to see someone who's, running a business successfully who's around my age. It kind of makes me...
Well, I think everybody can connect more with someone who's their peer.
Yeah.
It's not that you don't like anybody else, but there's a special, affinity for that.
Yeah. So we will link to her YouTube channel in the show notes and give her a watch if you'd like. I really love the things that she knits, and she makes some beautiful yarn.
I just love listening to her voice.
Yeah.
I love accents.
She's actually, and I'm going to say this, and this doesn't happen often, I'm actually going back and watching her entire backlog of episodes. I don't usually do that. I think there's only 2 or 3 podcasts I've ever done that with. So I must really like her podcast. But, yeah, go check her out if you have a chance and you're looking for a new podcast. So I think that's it for all we have in terms of non-shop news.
Well,
you have one more thing?
Well, we don't have anything to talk about today about Mardi Gras. We have covered most of the typical things that people want to know about Mardi Gras, but if there's anything that we have not talked about or something you'd like to know more about, please let us know, and we can go ahead and continue to talk about Mardi Gras. But when we were thinking about what could we talk about this week, we both kind of thought we've covered pretty much the highlights of Mardi Gras. I mean, there's always more to talk about, but we just wanted to hit the highlights.
Yeah. So if you have any suggestions, again, let us know. And then... yeah, that's it. So I had a shop update last night. We're actually filming on Saturday instead of Friday like we usually do. So I will show you what went into the shop update and talk about a couple of things that are coming up. So if that doesn't interest you, then please, have a good day and enjoy your knitting. And if you would like to see what I have in the shop, then stick around. The shop update went live last night at 6 p.m. like it usually does. And I still have a lot of things in the shop, which is good because that means that more people have a chance to snag things that they may have missed last time. So,
do you need me to hold anything?
Do you think I should start with the colors, or do you think I should start with the kits?
I don't know. I mean,
I'll start with the kits because they're on the end.
That'll work.
So, I mentioned earlier the kits that I'm doing with Rick of Whimsy Stitches. Or we're doing. It's both of us, isn't it? So, the pre-orders... the pre-orders...
I just love this bag.
It's so cool. Yeah, pre-orders are going out. If you would like to order one still, pre-orders are still up. I think I only have 4 more of these left, and I think Rick only has 1. So there is a limited number of these. We can't do any more of these once they sell out. And that is the Louisiana Iris kit. Look how cute these there's a little card that comes comes in the bag. And the yarn for this one is Louisiana Iris.
So that's the one that matches your socks.
Yeah, so you get the yarn. And the cute little postcard. It has a little about the iris on the back.
Oh, that's over there.
And then stitch markers, which you made, which I do have, so we can show them. If I can find them. Yeah, stitch markers. So there's a fleur-de-lis progress keeper, and then 4 little ring stitch markers. So you get all of that in the kit. So this is Louisiana Iris one. And then this one is the King Cake kit. And this is a sock zip bag from Rick.
And this comes with a card about king cake.
Yeah, card about king cake. And then this is the king cake yarn. So it's like a tan base with Mardi Gras color speckles.
And then also comes with the stitch
markers as well. Yeah. So that is how the kits come. Again, they will be shipping out on Monday if you pre-ordered them. And if not, they will be still orderable, but they'll be dyed to order, except for the Louisiana Iris ones. If we sell out, that's all we have. So just stick that in there. There we go. That is
those in here too.
That's a very good idea. Keep those safe.
All right.
So those are the kits that we have. I have a couple of new colorways along with some restocked colorways. So let's do the restocks first. This is Patisserie Party,
which Robin was showing before.
Yeah, this is what I'm knitting the Valentine socks out of. So Patisserie Party.
Oh, I love that.
I will have actually I think I still have 1 or 2 of these. Tiffany Box, which is my the colorway I'm knitting the heels and toes of my Jinx yarn socks out of. I will have an old colorway that I'm bringing back for a little bit. This is Cheesecake on a Stick. So it's got some deep browns and some cream and then some red speckles. Cheesecake on a Stick. I will have, this is Tainted Love for Valentine's Day, which is bright purple with some black and purple speckles.
I cannot hear that Tainted Love without it being in my head. I mean, it's like every time you say it, that's in my head.
We're giving y'all some music here. This is a full-service podcast.
Yeah, 80s music for the win.
Yeah. I have more pocket change, yes. I might just shorten this to pocket change. What do you think?
No, I like the yes. I mean, that's what he says, no?
Pocket change, yes. So this is a Tom Nook inspired colorway from Animal Crossing. I have a couple of these. And then this is an older colorway I'm bringing back this week as well. This is Neatis Street, which is actually what, I almost said Carrollton. Is it Carrollton?
Yes.
Yeah, this is what Carrollton Street used to be called. It used to be Neatis Street.
Carrollton Avenue.
Yeah. So it's like a mint green with some navy and some pink and some purple speckles.
Very pretty.
And then for new colorways, I have 4.
So these
those are old.
Are old colorways.
Old favorites. I had some more. I had some You Can't Stop the Beat, and I had some Reese and Side Eye, but those have since sold out. So good for me, and I'll have some more next week. It's good for me in that they sold, but it's bad for y'all in case you wanted some. So if you want some, please let me know because I will definitely dye more for the next update. So this is a new colorway. This is the Miserable Mill.
So this is a
Lemony Snicket colorway. It's one of the Series of Unfortunate Events books. So Miserable Mill.
You didn't bring the book?
I didn't. I have a picture of it with the book on my Instagram.
Yeah, Robin is trying to match the book covers on this series.
Yeah, not necessarily the book covers, maybe to an extent, but kind of like the feel I get from the book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this is, again, the Netflix show if you want to watch.
We talked about it previous podcast.
Yeah,
it was really a good series.
Yeah, this is the Reptile Room, which is the second book. And I had someone ask if I'm going to be doing the Wide Window, which is the third book, because I've done the first, the second, and the fourth. I think I will, but maybe not this week. Maybe it'll be the update after. So, the Reptile Room. And then this is a Lord of the Rings colorway. This is Shelob's Lair. And Shelob is the spider who
That
lives.
looks exactly like Shelob's
Yeah,
lair.
she lives above Minas Morgul, which is the Black City. And if you watch the movie, Frodo and Sam go through to get into Mordor.
She gets Frodo all right.
So, yeah.
But Sam saves the day.
Yep.
Hey, Sam.
So Shelob's Lair. And actually, I think this would be amazing for men's socks because it's dark and you know how some men don't like color, but there's some speckles and some different patches in there that provide a little bit of interest while you're knitting.
It's just not a solid. Yeah, I love it.
And then this is my favorite colorway I've dyed in a long time. This is actually on Paws High Twist. This is Hurricanes and Hand Grenades, which is...
which are 2 drinks.
Yeah, inspired by 2 cocktails that they serve on Bourbon Street. The hand grenades come in this special cup, and it's like a grenade at the bottom, and then it's like a really long stem, like a long neck, and then you drink out of the top, so it looks like a hand grenade. I don't think the Hurricanes come in any special class.
Oh, yes,
they do.
Yes, it's a I mean, yes, it's definitely.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
No, the Hurricane is the one that started the whole.
Yeah, and those.
Tradition of having the special drink. But, Pat O'Brien's is known for their Hurricanes.
Yeah, apparently. I did not know this, and maybe it's because I grew up here. It is illegal to drink on the street. Like, in the quarter, you can, like, take your drink anywhere as long as it's in a plastic container. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that. I thought you could just take your drink anywhere.
No.
Like, I know that, like, in the dorms, like, at school, you're not allowed to have alcohol, in the public areas.
Most places, public drinking is frowned upon.
I swear I did not know that. I thought it was okay.
Just like you didn't know that all parades didn't throw with stuff.
Yeah. Apparently in the quarter, I did not think this was unusual, but it is. You are allowed to carry your drink anywhere you want, as long as it's in a plastic container.
So I don't know if other places call it, but every time you go someplace, you ask for a go cup, which means you take your drink on the go. And so everybody's walking around with their go cup. Yeah. So the go cup for the hand grenade is the plastic. Is the plastic.
Yeah. And it is this color. It's this like radioactive yellow green. Yeah. And then the Hurricane is the bright pink. So Hurricanes and hand grenades. And apparently, if you're not in New Orleans, you can't carry your drink out with you. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, most places don't have drive-through daiquiri shops either.
Apparently, I'm very sheltered, or I don't drink that much. So whenever we go out of town, if I drink, it's going to be in a restaurant. It'll be like one drink.
Well, you're not walking around drinking.
Yeah.
That's, you used to see in movies and stuff, somebody walking around with their bottle of booze in a brown paper bag. That's why you're not supposed to be doing it, so you're hiding.
I thought that was to protect it in case it broke.
Well, not if you're drinking out of it. You really don't care if it breaks. No, they'll package it that way. Like when I went to the store the other day, I bought, what was it, maybe a bottle of vinegar or something, and they wrapped it in a brown paper bag. But, yeah. So...
Hurricanes and hand grenades, and apparently I learn something new every day.
Yeah, well, you're never too old to learn. So this is the bit of gorgeousness.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And most of these are still in the shop. I at least have a couple skeins left of each. And again, the shop will be linked in the down bar as well as in the show notes. So if you purchase something from me, then thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Do you have all of these on different bases, or are there mostly
There's
feets?
A mix. There's mostly feets because that is my most popular base. I did dye a couple of these on Paws because some people prefer BFL, and I like that it's a high twist because your stitches really pop. I have a couple of them on DK, and I think I have Patisserie Party on MCN as well. So that is what's in the shop right now. And then one more quick announcement.
Just pitching them over there.
Throw them in the bucket. One more quick announcement. I have a mini skein club that I'm currently hosting, and the February mini skein club slots are now closed, so I'm dyeing those up. They should be going out next week. And then the March club is up as well. Not as well. The March club is now up. So if you'd like to subscribe to the March club, you're going to get 6 mini skeins in various surprise colors that will be club exclusive for at least 3 months.
But they'll have something to do with March?
Yeah, they're green and yellow themed.
Do you have a picture?
No, I'm not going with a picture just because because there's so many minis, there's 6 minis. I can do 1 or 2, like 2 or 3 minis from a picture. But if I do all 6, then they're very repetitive.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't think
so
of that.
I'm
Right.
I'm thinking of like a color scheme.
So there'll be various greens.
Yeah. And they also come with some extras. In the January kit, I included a notebook and what else? A notebook and a stitch marker and a sticker and some tea. And I have some goodies for the February clubs, and I will also have some goodies to put in the March club. And after this, I did have an option to do the 3-month subscription. I think after this, I'm just going to go month to month because it's kind of hard to keep track of who has the 3-month and who has the 1 month. Through Etsy, Etsy doesn't really have
good way to track that.
Yeah. So if I did it through another website that had a better way to track it, I would be able to do that. But I think I'm just going to do month to month. It's not going to change the price or anything. It's just going to be easier for me to keep track.
Now, you're still going to offer 10 grams and 20 gram skeins?
Yes, you have the option to do either a 10-gram skein if you're doing like a Cozy Memories style blanket, or a granny stripe blanket and you need more yarn, you can do the 20-gram skeins.
Or if you wanted
if
them
you
for
want to do
heels
socks.
and, yeah, socks.
Yeah, if you get the 20-gram skein, and you'll get 120 grams of yarn. So that's more than enough to make a pair of socks for sure. And if you want to do shorty socks, the 60 is enough for most people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's currently in the shop. Those listings are in the shop, and they'll go out at the beginning to middle of March. And I think that's it. That's all we have, huh?
I think that's it.
Yeah, so thank you for watching. If you're a new viewer, thank you for checking us out for the first time. And if you are a recurring viewer, thank you for coming back. And thank you to everyone who's participating in our knit along. We can't wait to show you some of the prizes we're going to get. Anything else to say?
If you enjoyed what you saw today, please subscribe. We would love to, have you as a subscriber, and then you'd get notification that we have a new podcast up.
Yeah, YouTube is doing this new thing where you can put at the end like a little button. So I'm going to do that. I think it's fun. I'm going to play with it. So if you see a little button to subscribe and you want to subscribe, then click it because it's cool beans. I think it's a good I think it's a cool feature.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think that's all we have.
I think that's it. Tomorrow, we're going to participate in a little mini Mardi Gras parade at a hospital. So I probably won't show any footage of that just because, we want to protect, the patient's privacy. But the following weekend, I think we're going to try to hit a Mardi Gras parade.
What is it? Not Caesar.
I don't remember which one it is.
One of the ones in
But anyway, we're going to try to hit one of the parades.
Yeah, so make them...
We hope to have some footage for you coming up for a parade.
If we have enough, we'll do another vlog. If y'all liked that other vlog, let us know, because we can maybe we'll make a big compilation of like all the Mardi Gras parades that we go to, or like all the Mardi Gras stuff that we do.
Sure, that'll work.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. So if you want to see that, let us know. I think vlogs are cool. I know I like watching them, especially because they're like bite sized. They're like
there's
7 to 10 minutes is like the perfect amount.
Shorties.
Yeah. So that's all we have.
Just how I like my socks.
So that is all we have for you this week. And thank you for watching, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.